Morning, friends. I'm going to share with you spirit message. I'm going to share with you, not spare with you, but share with you. I'm going to share with you, not spare with you. The message that spirit kind of beat over my head all night. We'll say, okay, we'll go with that. Um, so I'm trying to figure out why my life has turned out the way it is. Why nothing seems to work out, and just why it's a shit show. And I was like, I'm literally like begging spirit to help me with this stuff. I'm like, look, I'm gonna trust your message. I'm gonna trust this time. And what I got is that I'm looking for answers that I'm not going to get. I'm looking for closure on things that happen that I'm not gonna get. And I need to just accept, as you need to accept, that you're not gonna get that closure. You're not going to get it. I mean, you're talking stuff that happened in your childhood and, or on up, and you're not going to get the closure you're looking for. What you have to come to terms with is that um, the closure you're going to get is that it happened and I can't change it. I can't do anything about it except I can learn from it. I can learn. I can be grateful for the lesson. I don't have to be grateful for the pain it caused me. I don't have to be grateful for the trauma it caused me. I don't have to be grateful for where the lesson came from. I just be grateful for the lesson itself. Take that to heart. And with people, you have to do a few things. But the main thing is what spirit is I gotta let go of hate that I didn't even know I had. And it wasn't until I started really journaling this out and I'm getting the downloads and I'm getting all of it as I'm journaling it and I'm writing. I must have wrote, I don't even know how many times I'm fucking done. Just like I'm fucking done. I mean, I got pages of that just in there. I'm like, I'm fucking done. Because I pretty much am. I mean, you kind of get to the point, and I told Spirit this, I'm to the point where, you know, it's not even that stuff really hurts anymore. It's just that you just get numb to it. You just get numb to it, and you internalize it, and you just move on. But if you do that, and there's so many of us out there that do that, we internalize it and we just move on. We're not helping ourselves. We're not helping ourselves. And Spirit's like, you've got to get it out. And you don't have anybody else you can talk to. You don't have anybody else that really you can trust, because they're like, we know you can't trust anybody. Hell, you're having trouble trusting us. But the one thing you can trust is this right here. You can write it down. You can trust this because it's coming from you on the paper, and you can trust it. So Spirit was like adamant about it. You got to get back into journaling. You got to get back into journaling. And I know I'm jumping around, but there was just a lot involved, and I'm trying to get to the points, the key points. There's no sense hating those people. You have to just forgive if you're able to do that, but never forget. Never forget. And if you choose to have relationships with them moving forward, then you need to set the boundaries and keep the boundaries. Because 9 times out of 10, I can tell you this, and this didn't come from Spirit. If you still have relations with those people, and they've done things to you since you was a child, they're still doing things to you now. Because you didn't learn how to set boundaries. Maybe you've already started to learn, maybe you learned a few years ago or something like that, and you have implemented that. But there's so many of us out there that didn't learn really to set boundaries, and now we're starting to do that. I started doing that when I learned about it and really started practicing in it when I went to therapy. But you gotta let it go, because if not, you're gonna stay in the same hamster wheel, running, while the things that you want passes you by. There's only so much time before what you're wanting that is right here at your grasp before it finally just disappears because you can't get out of the hamster wheel. So do your best as far as letting it go. You have to really understand, so the Spirit was really beating me over the head about this, that I am not the curses that people have thrown on me. And with that, I'm saying the things that people say about you. Those are basically curses. And you are not those things either. Oh, you're dumb. You're too sensitive. You're a crybaby. Blah 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 blah. That's curses put on you. Rebuke that shit. Rebuke that shit and don't wear it anymore. Shed it like an old, heavy, wet coat you've been wearing your whole life. Let it go. Take it off and throw it away. That's those people's perceptions about you. Hell, maybe it's perceptions about themselves and they're projecting it upon you. Maybe they just get off on treating you like shit because their life is shitty. Either way, shed that curse. Don't wear it anymore. And set the boundaries with them people if they're still doing it to you today. One thing Spirit was kind of saying is that we really make healing way harder than it is. And that it can be a lot simpler if we really kind of get out of here and we get in here more. And maybe like if we just like let the feelings flow through and if we cry if we have to, we yell at the top of our lungs, we scream if we have to scream, we sing it out if we have to sing it out, dance it out if you have to dance it out. But we overthink it so much. And overthinking is a form of survival. You know, it's what those of us that overthink have had to do since we were kids, because if we didn't, then that was unsafe. We were put in positions, we were made to grow up thinking that we had to be safe. And in order to be safe, we had to overthink everything. And we grew into adults who overthink because we have to do that to be safe. And that's wrong. Kids should not have to do that. Kids should not have to do that. But unfortunately, they do. If you do it, you know what I'm talking about because you were that kid. The Spirit was also really pretty loving when it said, no matter what, at the end of the day, you're loved. You're loved. Somebody out there loves you. Maybe not in a type of way that you want, a relationship or something along those lines, but somebody loves you. But the one person that needs to love you the most is yourself. And that's what needs to be worked on. You have to start learning to love yourself. You gotta start learning to do that. And I thought that I was doing a pretty damn good bang-up job of that. But evidently I wasn't for Spirit to bring it up. And this is a hard time of the year for a lot of people. So a lot of stuff's gonna come up. It's holiday depression. And a lot of people are going through it. A lot of people are going through it. As soon as they come is as quick as they go. So just do the best you can as you do every holiday. And I hope and pray that this helps you somehow. Because it was eye-opening for me. Big time for me.